Alright guys, so today's video is going to be on a very budget-friendly pair of truly wireless earbuds. In fact, I will say that SoundPEATS has become one of my favorite budget brands when it comes to truly wireless earbuds, and today's pair is under 30 bucks. And the pair we're going to look at is the SoundPEATS TrueDot. Now when I say under 30 bucks, their actual retail price is $29.99, so it is $30. But right now on Amazon, there is a $3 off code, so you can pick these up for $26.99, which to me is crazy on a pair of truly wireless earbuds, considering like when they came out, like almost every pair of truly wireless earbud was $150, $200, and most of them didn't even sound good. So what some of these are capable of for the price that you can get them at now just makes absolutely no sense. So the thing about today's pair is everything is tiny. The case is tiny, the earbuds are tiny. The sound, however, is not tiny, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and check out what's inside the box and what some of the specs are. Now to start with, it is Bluetooth 5.0 and it uses a Realtek chip. Now I don't know if this really has anything to do with it or not, but most truly wireless earbuds that I've tried that has the Realtek chip seems to have a little bit more focus on the audio. Now, as far as your IPX rating, it is IPX4, which means it is water resistant, but it's on like the lower tier level of water resistant, so it can get splashed or sweat or a little bit of rain, but getting it anywhere near dropping it into water or submerging it into water, I wouldn't do that at all. Now, inside the box, you do get the usual small, medium, and large silicone ear tips. Getting a good seal is extremely important with truly wireless earbuds, and especially with this pair because they're so tiny, they just fit like right into your ear canal. I found that getting the large was the perfect fit as far as the ear tips go, but do know that getting the right seal is the most important thing when it comes to truly wireless earbud. Now also in the box is a micro USB charging cable. Now I understand that this pair is under $30, but I also understand it's 2019 and micro USB just shouldn't exist. I think they only exist now because of truly wireless earbuds. Now, speaking of the charging cable, the battery life on these is rated to get around 4 hours of use. I noticed I got closer to around 3.5, and I think that's more so because of the volume level that I like to listen to things at, but do know that it's rated somewhere around 4. Now, the battery life with the case is going to give you an additional 3 charges, so ultimately you're going to get somewhere around 16 hours of use. Again, you're going to think this is on the lower level, but the case of the earbuds are so tiny that sometimes the trade-off of having a very small case and them being so compact is worth trading the battery life. In some cases it's not, but given the price, I think this is very convenient. This is a very small pair that's really easy to throw in a bag, in your pocket, and whatever, and just kind of forget that they're there. Now also on the case, there's no indicator lights to show you how much battery life is left on the case, which I'm not a huge fan of. And then obviously the micro USB charging port on the back, I'm not a fan of either. Now moving along to the earbuds themselves, they actually have touch control, which usually can be hit or miss, but it really works well on these. The only downfall is it doesn't control your volume. Now it does control play, pause, skip backwards, also summonsing your smart assistant, but that lack of volume control, I'm never a huge fan of. I mean, again, I always say that yes, you can use your smart assistant to raise the volume up or lower it, or even just pull out your phone, but I always think the whole point of truly wireless earbuds is just to be able to control it right there and not necessarily have to talk to the earbuds themselves. Now the size of the earbuds I kind of touched on earlier, they are tiny. They're really made just to kind of sit and really not even stick out at all. And so people that don't like earbuds that stick out or just like the lower profile look will absolutely love these. Now I did notice for people that want to use these individually, you're only going to be able to do that with the right earbud. And as far as taking calls, I think the mics on here are doing a decent job, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. Alright guys, and so here is a mic test of the SoundPEATS TrueDots. Again, for the price, it's kind of crazy how well these pick up. And so here is the mic test with a crowd noise being played on speakers in the background, so you can get a better idea of what it would sound like if you took a call in public. So now let's move on to the sound, because the sound to me is what was the big surprise. It has a very airy sound, which kind of leads to them sounding a little more open than most truly wireless earbuds do. The bass is really thick and punchy, and the treble is very, very bright. It's almost to the point of being too bright, where it seems like it could almost be a little too harsh, but it never hits that point. So these have that presence of just being so dynamic and so turned up, but it doesn't feel like it's right here in your face. It does feel like you're in a larger room, so it doesn't have that closed in feel like a lot of truly wireless earbuds do. So I'm extremely impressed with the overall sound. And not only that, the mids actually have amazing presence. Usually with the cheaper truly wireless earbuds, the mids get completely buried. Everything has this dynamic presence to it. Now this is a far cry from a flat sound signature. Like I said, everything seems to be very boosted. I did notice though, in certain songs where there's a whole lot of stuff going on, and I've noticed this with other earbuds, that sometimes bass just gets buried. Where the bass doesn't get buried here, you can tell that the bass decides to kind of take a little bit of a back seat if there's a whole lot of stuff going on. And maybe that's for the better, because if you have a lot of stuff going on and it's just bass hitting you in the face like left and right, just constant, that could be a little bit fatiguing. But I think the fact that these have so much air to them and don't feel like they're in your face, you're able to listen to these for longer sessions without getting tired of listening to them. Now, as far as the sound imaging and being able to tell where instruments are coming from, it does an okay job at this. Like you can tell, you know, something's from this angle or this angle, but you definitely don't get that feeling of, okay, it's this amount of feet away and this amount of feet away. But this is definitely nitpicking considering the price of the TrueDots. Not to say that I don't have my cons with these, because I will say that I think it would have been nice to have a little bit more battery life. It would have been nice to just get rid of the micro USB cable. And then I'm always a little leery about stuff that have IPX4. It will get the job done, but it's one of those that you just kind of worry about a little more than something that has a higher rating. So in my opinion, at under $30, this is a must buy. And I say must buy because if you have a more expensive pair, you're not likely to want to use them while you're working out or running, or the chance that there may be bad weather. But if you have a pair that's under 30 bucks that you can throw in your pocket and even forget that you have them, this is easy to keep up with. It's really small and compact. They also have a very good seal, which means even the isolation is very nice, especially if you're in a gym and you're trying to block out a lot of your surrounding sounds. But it's hard to not recommend a pair that's $30 and sounds the way that these do. But guys, that's my review on the SoundPEATS TrueDots. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.